Sag and Sag rising, totally different vibe. Love the Sag. I have a Sagittarius child in the other room. Very bouncy, very Tigger-like. That's how I think about Sag rising. They are there for the party. Now this week, this square, this standoff, laser pointer, Lisa, yes, that's a good one. This standoff that we're talking about with Mars, Saturn, and Mars and Jupiter, which is the ruler of Sag, is a little bit more, this may have to do with a sibling, actually, Sag. If you don't have a sibling, it could be a neighbor, but something happening in your community, something happening with a sibling, and something happening with your frame of mind, okay, and how your days are working. You may feel blocked somehow from being the social creature that you are. You may feel like your routines are stressing you out, and that something in your neighborhood, your community is contributing to that stress. So this isn't a big, this isn't that hard to think of. The quarantine certainly is creating this, really hard situation for all fire sign rising folks and fire signs in general. They are social creatures. They like to be moving around. Sag, it's just not happening as you would like it. However, it's not as bad as it could be. The air stellium in that third house has you bursting with ideas, bursting with energy to connect, and bursting with new ways of moving around and in being social. So you may be able to use this in an inventive way. Jupiter in that third house makes you welcome new people in, which sounds counterintuitive. Like, how are you doing that in a quarantine? But somehow Sag will figure it out. Somehow, Sag, you're going to meet new people this year, a lot of new people coming in, a lot of new energy to connect in new ways that brighten up your perspective. So even though, we're in lockdown off and on, depending on where you live, all my LA folks, definitely. But, there's this change of routine for Sag that's confronting you with these new friends or new situations socially, and also putting you in these new frames of mind that may be in conflict to your routine. So it may be a situation where, I met all these cool people, but I can't see any of them because of quarantine. Or I discovered this new way. Maybe you're teaching a class, maybe you're harnessing all your wisdom from the last year to share that with this new group of people. And yet you've got to be, in lockdown yourself. Or maybe you're just, maybe you're not feeling great. Maybe the stress has gotten to you. These are ways that this square could manifest this week. It doesn't feel, frankly, it doesn't feel that bad though. It feels manageable. What else do I want to mention about this? It feels like your confidence, Sag, is definitely, back. This last year did a number on your confidence, and now it's like even this stress that's happening this week, it's nothing compared to last year. And so you're like, you know what? It's not that bad. I can manage it. Jupiter is much more functional. It's joining up, a little later in the month with Mercury. Again, there's just a feeling of optimism there for Sag and Sag rising. What else do I want to mention about this? I think that's good, Sag. You seem like you're in a pretty good space, all things considered.